Back to school is here, and with all the cost of this time of year, you may be feeling the heat. Well, Premier Heating and Air is here to cool things down with great savings and rebates starting at $1,000 on a new heating and air system. Plus, you can choose from a free gift of a Wi-Fi thermostat, UV light, or a $100 Visa gift card. Also, Premier's $59 service call includes the first pound of Freon free. Visit PremierHeatingandAir.com and experience the Premier difference, a locally owned and operated company.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to our August 1st Friday Means Business Breakfast this morning. We got a great program for you today. I want to say thank you to our folks here at Georgia Hospice Care, and we'll hear from Miss Ashley Vickers in just a little bit. But before we get our program started, we're going to return thanks for our meal, and then we will follow that with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would, join me in prayer. Father, we love you, and we thank you for each and every new day of life that you give us. Father, we pray that we would never take one of those days for granted, that we would be grateful for the blessings that you so just abundantly pour out to us each and every day. Thank you for this wonderful community that we live, learn, work, and play in. Thank you for our educators that are here today and the impact that they're going to have with our students this year. We ask your blessings on all of our schools, all of our businesses, and all of our efforts, that they would be pleasing to you. In Christ's name, amen. If you would, join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. We were just about, y'all don't know how close we came to doing the Lord's Prayer, because usually when I pray on Sunday mornings, we follow that with the Lord's Prayer. And I almost went straight into that, which I'm sure would have been okay this morning. We're going to move along in our program. If you would, help me welcome our Chamber Board Chairman, Mr. Jason Dollar.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you. There's a great crowd out there today. I know you guys missed us in July, but we're so happy to be back today, and we have a great program with our educational leaders. Can you guys hear me in the back? I'm seeing something. Okay, good. But first, we always like to start it off with some local, what's going on in our local area, our city, our county. So I'm going to start by bringing up Josh Powell, City Manager for the City of Dublin, to tell us what's exciting going on with the city.
Good morning. It is August 1st. Do you believe it? The year has flown by already. Madison Street continues to progress along. For those of you that work in the downtown area, I know it's still an ongoing process, but as you can tell, there's a lot of progress being made. The road is starting to really take shape, and it looks really good. So for those of you with businesses downtown, or if you have to go downtown and go in the area of Madison Street, we do apologize for the inconvenience, but you know, the light is at the end of the tunnel, and we can see it, and we're getting there very quickly. I wanted to point out that we just recently finished up a big sewer project. I know oftentimes, you know, we don't get to stand in front of a sewer line and cut a ribbon and talk about how great that project was. It's not like a nice shiny new fire station or something like that. But our infrastructure for our utilities is really critical to our community. You know, when we have industry prospects come in and they're talking with folks at Mitch Griggs, our president of the Development Authority, about coming to our community, one of the first things they ask is, what is your utility? What are your utilities? What is your capacity? We need water, we need sewer, sometimes they need natural gas, and they may even need telecom. We can provide all of those. So we're very fortunate in town, and we also have great power resources through our friends with Georgia Power and the EMCs. So we're really blessed in our community. But I wanted to say the project that we just finished was a partial replacement and an extension of a sewer line that connected up to the site where Washington is constructing now. And not only will it serve Washington, but it will serve any other industries that may locate on that property. The Development Authority has invested a lot to get the property grad certified. So it's a very, very attractive site when we can say, hey, there's water, there's sewer, there's natural gas, there's power already right there ready to go. So that means jobs for our community. That also means, you know, more people coming to our community. So it helps with all manner of things. It was a just over $8 million project, and we were fortunate to get a large economic development grant for that. And then we also got a very favorable terms on a GFA loan. So we were fortunate for that. I have met with representatives from the DDA and the Chamber, Heath with the Chamber, and the Development Authority, and some city staff about the kind of what we'll call an onboarding process for starting a new business in Dublin. Oftentimes I've found and realized that if you're trying to start a business, you don't quite know where all you need to go, particularly at the city for some of the things you need to go through for that. And if you're in the downtown area or in the historic district, there are some additional things that need to be considered when you're going to open a new business. And so we're working together, kind of partnering together to get kind of a one-page cheat sheet for starting a new business and things that you need to consider when you're doing that. I know all of you that are in the business world, and if you own your own business, you know what a challenge that is. So we're going to try to work to make that as streamlined as possible. And one of the other things that we're trying to do is to make sure that everybody realizes all the resources that are available. Through being a member of the Chamber, I know all of you know that Heath and his team provide great and invaluable resources to all of you through social connections and then other resources. And then also with our DDA, if you're in the downtown area, there are other funding opportunities and other assistance that they can provide as well. I was going through my list. I have a whole lot of things to talk about. But the Hilburn and Pritchett Parks projects are about to get underway. We have finalized the final designs of those, and so you'll see the construction of that taking place, so we're very excited about that. We are in the design phase for Springdale Park, which is going to be a major overhaul of that park. Pete's going to talk about Archway, and we also have the Mayor's Reading Club. Councilwoman Colby and Councilman Benny Jones are co-chairs and are working together with the mayor for the Mayor's Reading Club, and there will be a proclamation signing on August the 7th at City Hall for that, and there will also be a session at RISA on August the 12th at 11 a.m. And I thought that was very appropriate for today since we're having our educators come in and speak as well. So I thank you for having me this morning. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm going to have to step out. I have 5 children, as many of you know, and we have to go meet 5 different sets of teachers. So thank you.
Allen's Heating and Cooling is your licensed Amana equipment dealer. Trust Allen's Heating and Cooling to install and service your heating and cooling unit. Allen services all brands, and with the purchase of a new Amana, offers a lifetime compressor warranty. Call Sean Clark or any of his friendly staff at Allen's Heating and Cooling, your Amana dealer. Amana lasts and lasts and lasts. If you're in the market for affordable transportation, come into Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales today. Getting to work, school, or around town every day requires dependable transportation. And that's what you'll find at Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales. We offer bank rate and in-house financing, so credit is never a problem. Come in today and see TJ, Trey, Alan, or Britt at Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales, where good deals and good people meet. Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales, online at DublinAutoSalesGA.com. Come by and see us at 606 East Jackson Street in Dublin, or give us a call at 478-275-2010. Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales.
Thank you, Josh. As you heard, there's a lot going on at the city. Now, for those of you who came to hear Commissioner Trey Kemp speak this morning, I am so sorry to tell you he could not make it. I know there's a few in the back that are laughing at me. No, we're very excited to have Jared Mathis, our Lawrence County Commissioner, with us. Trey normally does this, but we're so excited to have Jared. Jared, come up and tell us what's going on with the county.
Good morning, everyone. Good to be here. Also, we have Miss Brenda Chain here this morning. She's tucked away in the corner. I asked her, does she want to speak? And she said, no, I'll let you do it. But we always got a lot going on in the county. Lawrence County is a huge county. It's 3rd largest in the state. We've got probably more road miles than about any county in the state. And we have a lot of dirt roads, a lot of roads getting paved. A lot of people may have seen a lot of recent paving going on. I know in my district, we just finished Gordon Edwards Road. We just finished Woodland Heights. And I was just telling the headmaster here, we got it scheduled. They're going to pave Trinity Road on the first day of school. So I hope not. But we actually told the contractor, don't start, just wait a minute, let's figure out a good time. So, but Trinity Road will be paved next. It's in a really bad shape. We actually got it added to the list because that road's got a lot of traffic on it. So if you live in the Holly Hills area, you're seeing a lot going on. Since what I was here last time, I think I blowed to 2 minutes the first time I spoke to you all. So Heath told me it was 2 minutes today, so I'll be quick. I know we got a busy morning, but we have been able to add an ambulance this year, and we added an ambulance by not having to add really any more staff. We took a supervisor off of a truck and made him, he gets a truck ready first thing every morning, and it's his truck, so he's running a one-man show, but we have all these firemen all over the place. We have Terry Cobb and Stephen West. So during the daytime, if we have an abundance of calls, we have an extra ambulance right off the bat. And then at nighttime, that same ambulance is still running, and some of our rural firefighters or paid fire staff out in the county will drive that ambulance in if it's a bad call. So we were able to add an ambulance this year, which is something I really championed on. It really didn't cost the county any additional money. And so far, it's worked real well. Our times of being out of an ambulance in the county has greatly been reduced since we added or made that change. We're talking about school today. One thing we have going on in the schools, we have Jed Jarrett, that's a full-time firefighter in Lawrence County, is actually a nurse practitioner as well. Can you guys believe that? But he's a very smart guy. He still does some nurse practitioning, I think, as well as working with us. But one of the things that he's doing is we're having a rural fire program in the high schools, and we appreciate the schools allowing us to do that at East Lawrence and West Lawrence. So anybody in high school can take that as an elective, and they can actually do their tests and everything by the end of the year, and the state will hold their certificate until they're 18. And when they're 18, they'll get that, so they could graduate high school and go right into the fire department, either volunteer or paid for the city. Another program we have in the schools this year as well is Mitch Cobb teaches it as EMS. I think he's starting off this year with medical first responder, and then next year probably roll into EMT or something. But we're training those guys as well. As I said before, those are, even if you don't do it full time, that's great life skills. I know Miss Sarah Colby's daughter is an EMT. For those of you that don't know, she works sometimes with EMS. So you'd be surprised at people that work in public safety. County-wise, we've got a couple of new buildings that's coming online, and Heath, we'll probably be getting with you. We're going to want to have a grand opening at our new 911 center. It is complete, and it is probably the nicest public safety building that the county's ever had. I mean, it'll blow your mind. You'll think you're out of town when you walk in this place. And but anyway, it's not online yet. We're waiting on a cutover date from AT&T. We got to have a lot of agencies come together to actually transition from the old one to the new one, because we don't want you to dial 911 and no one answer the phone. So it's a very intricate process, but probably this fall you'll see our new 911 center come online. We'll probably try to have a grand opening before then, because it's kind of hard to have a lot of people in there once they start actually receiving calls. That would be a distraction. But other than that, we also have our big rec building. I know Trey mentioned it last time. Brenda and I are on the rec board, but that building is set to be complete sometime in September, maybe 1st of October. And it's a huge building. It's going to have a lot of activities in it. They're going to do some after-school programs there. Once the building's up and running, the capabilities of it will just blow your mind. But we'll save that for another day, because I'm sure my 2 minutes is up back there, and I don't want Heath to get too nervous. But thanks for letting us come. We appreciate it. If I can do anything to help anybody in the room, please catch me or feel free to reach out anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared. And now I want to bring up Miss Sarah Colby. Sarah is the director of our Dublin-Lawrence County Chamber Foundation, and she's going to talk a little bit about what events the Chamber has coming up soon. Y'all help me welcome Miss Sarah.
I'm going to be short and brief, and I'm going to talk about two initiatives that we're bringing to Lawrence County through the Dublin-Lawrence County Chamber Community Foundation. Very long, but you are going to see a live website. It is up and ready, thechambercommunityfoundation.org. So look us up there, and you can see all of the initiatives that we're working on the 501c3 nonprofit arm of the Chamber. First, I want to talk to you about the student applications that I put on your tables this morning. If you'll take a look at those, this is a entrepreneurship program for every 9th to 12th grader in our county. We are one of only 20 rural counties in the state of Georgia that was accepted for this state program. Your student could win up to $5,000 here locally and up to $10,000 at state. These are cash awards, and it is a Shark Tank style pitch and entrepreneurship program. If your student does not have a business yet, we will help them brainstorm and find a business, and they can serve in student groups and compete in student groups of up to 3 students. So if they're nervous to do it by themselves, get a team of up to 3 students together, and they need to fill out this application in order to attend our first workshop, which is on business plan writing. So that's the Flex program. We're super excited about this. You'll also see a signature page going around. This is for funding our Flex program. We are applying for a grant for Oconee EMC Foundation's grant. And if you would sign in support of us receiving that grant, that will help us fund the Flex program. We are very, very grateful. The Dublin-Lawrence County Development Authority is helping sponsor this program, along with the Exchange Club and All Good. So we're very appreciative to our sponsors so far, but we want to fully fund this program. So if you can sign one of these pages that's going around. The last thing I want to talk to you about today is Aim to Summit. Our industry leaders came to Heath and I and said, we need a way to showcase our industry and manufacturing here in Lawrence County, and what better way to do that by an expo during Manufacturing Week. And so we are inviting up to 35 exhibitors from across the state to Oconee Fall Line Technical College. We've invited all of our schools, grades 7th to 12th, to come bring their students, every single student. We want to see every Lawrence County student at Aim to Summit, October the 2nd at Oconee Fall Line Technical College. How can you help? You can get the word out with us by sharing our foundation's Facebook page information. You can ask me for one of these, or reach out to me if you want to be an exhibitor. If you are a business in Lawrence County, or you know a state agency or a state business, this is going to be an educational, interactive exhibition. So if you want to show a child how to change a tire in 30 seconds flat, if you want to show a child and demonstrate how a drone works to find bugs in trees with the Department of Forestry, if you want to demonstrate AI or any other type of technology, what we want to showcase is our technology and advancements in automation, and how that serves even in the support roles for Lawrence County students. We want to get every student excited about businesses and careers here in Lawrence County. That's Aim to Summit, October the 2nd. Put it on your calendar, and it will be open to the public from 3 to 6 p.m. that day, and free to attend. Thank you so much. Please like and follow our foundation page on social media, and check out our new website for updates, and pass one of those Flex applications to a student you know who needs to start a business. Thank you so much.
At Bank of Dudley, we're your community, your bank. And with 7 branches to serve you, there's a Bank of Dudley close by. And there's a familiar face close by. The same familiar faces that you've seen for many years. The same people that you've grown to trust. Because that's what community banking is all about. 7 branches, local people, local decisions, local banking. That's the Bank of Dudley, serving our community since 1905.
You better get up early if you want to beat a deal from Dublin Chevy GMC. With discounts up to $10,000 and special financing rates as low as 0%, the Roosters aren't the only ones crowing about our deals. And remember, if you're happy with your car or truck, take advantage of our award-winning GM Certified Service Department for all your maintenance or service needs. Hey, thanks Middle Georgia for helping Dublin GMC be a 2024 GMC Mark of Excellence Trophy Award winner. come in and beat the heat here at Dublin Chevy GMC.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. As you heard, a lot going on with our foundation. We're very excited, and I want to find out who can change a tire in 30 seconds, because I want to learn how to do that. So we're very thankful today to have Georgia Hospice Care as our primary sponsor. So I'm going to bring up Miss Ashley Vickers with Georgia Hospice just to tell us a little bit about her organization. Y'all help me welcome Miss Ashley Vickers.
So everybody else was talking down to the mic. I had to move the mic down. And maybe you guys can still see me behind the podium. So really quickly, for those of you that don't know, Georgia Hospice Care is actually Legacy Serenity Hospice. So we've been in the community for about 20 years now. And with that, I want to take this opportunity, I know it says that I'm going to be speaking, but to reintroduce one of our Serenity Legacy employees, Kim Hall, who's back with our organization just recently, and I want to give her an opportunity to speak with you. We're so excited to have her back. So Kim's actually going to speak for us this morning because she's just we're just so excited to have her back. She was with us with Serenity. She's just an amazing woman. We're excited to have her serving with us again. So Kim, let me move it back up for Kim.
Well, I'm so loud that I probably don't have to have a mic. I am so thrilled to be back with Georgia Hospice Care. As Ashley mentioned, I was with Serenity, and my passion is hospice. I love hospice. I love what hospice does. I love the meaning of hospice, just what it gives back, not only to the patient, but what it gives back to the families as well. An opportunity, if you told me 2 months ago I'd be standing up here right now speaking to you, I would have said, what? Absolutely no way. But an opportunity came and I could not refuse it. But I want to take just a minute to share a story with you about what hospice does. One of the things, this is just one of the stories that we have done for a patient, and I want you to picture this in your mind. A social worker is assigned to every patient that we have. We have different disciplinaries. You have your nurse, your CNA, your chaplain, and you have your social worker that's assigned. A social worker has been assigned to a patient who lives in Hinesville, and they live on a farm. And she gets to the house, and she calls the spouse of the patient, and we'll just say Miss Smith, and she calls Miss Smith, and she says, Miss Smith, I'm here to visit with y'all today. And she told her, she said, all right. She said, come, she's real country. She said, come on in. She said, just unlock the gate. Make sure you don't let any of them cows out. Oh, okay. So she's going through and she's looking at all these cows and she's like, oh my gosh, So anyway, she goes through, she drives down this long driveway and she gets into the home and she introduces herself. And she has time with Mr. Smith, and she asks Mr. Smith, what does this mean? What does this diagnosis mean to you? What are your goals? Is there anything that you want to do that we can help you, that we can possibly help you with? And he said, I want to see my daughter get married. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, her daughter has a son, and she is expecting another son. And his daughter is getting married in 2 weeks. And the social worker knows that his diagnosis is very terminal. We may not have 2 weeks, but we're going to do what we can. We're going to make this happen with prayer, lots of prayer. So she starts getting with the daughter. The daughter tells her, she says, yes, I'm getting married in 2 weeks. And she's like, okay, we got a lot to do. So the week following the Saturday that she was getting married, he asked every single day, is it Saturday? Is it Saturday? No, it's not Saturday yet. But the plans were to pick him up, and the plans followed through. The plans were to pick him up, take him to the wedding venue, which was several hours away. They got him to the venue. He was there at the front when his daughter walked down the aisle. He stood beside her. We were able to make his wish come true. He saw her. He asked for no pain medication that day because he wanted to be alert. And the social worker brought him back home that evening, and 4 hours later, he passed peacefully. True story. Doesn't get any better than that. His daughter was thrilled. His wife was so thrilled. His wish that he wanted came true. And that is what we do at Georgia Hospice Care. Whenever we go into a home, we're not there just to, we know what the end result is probably going to be. We know that. But it is our job to love on them and to give them compassion and to help them get through this with whatever tools we have to use. That's what we're there for. And I am so glad to be part of an organization who makes dreams like this come true, because not every dream can come true, but the ones that we can help, that's what we try to do. It's more than just about providing that care. It's about providing that passionate care, that love. And that's what we do. If we can ever help anybody that you know that has a terminal illness, that has been diagnosed with an illness where if the disease takes its natural course, that they may have 6 months or less to live, and they are not seeking any type of aggressive treatment, that's where we want to come in. We want to help them, and we want to show them the love and give them all the love that we can. So thank you all for your support, and reach out to us if there's anything that we can do for y'all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lily Rose Barton, and I have been coming to Bass for years. I had to come for knee replacement recovery. I had a bad back, I came for that. But this last stint was because I had SI joint fusion, and my right leg was very weak. Muscles were weak, but they have really built me up, and it has really helped. All of them, Erica, Whitney, Chuck, they all are just so good at encouraging you to do what you can, but don't overdo. Take it slow and easy. And taking it slow and easy has got me where I am today. From the front door to the back, they're all just very, very nice and helpful. And I appreciate all of them so much. I just can't express with words what they mean to me. But I do hope they know that I appreciate everything they've done for me through the years, not just since January when I started with this one. Chuck took me in. I brought the doctor's report from that. He put it in the computer. He studied what needed to be done. He instructed me how to do it. But he was right there every step of the way that first day. Not only do I do this, but when I get in the anti-gravity walking, at first, yes, I was scared because I hadn't been able to walk that much, but I have come a long ways. So it's just been such a blessing to have Bass to be able to come and do this therapy with them. And they're just so good to all their patients, but I feel like they've been especially good to me, and I do appreciate them. I would highly suggest that if your doctor were to suggest therapy for you, please tell them Bass in Dublin, Georgia is where you want to go. Any of them here will just be happy to work with you and get you back on your feet and able to do things that you were not able to do before coming to Bass therapy.
Hi, I'm Tom Dominy. Here at Dublin Wind Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From Moen to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At Dublin Wind Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.
All right, at this time, we're going to move into our program. We're very blessed to have a lot of great educators in Dublin, Lawrence County, and we're blessed to have great leaders who lead those educators. It's not to be taken for granted that is a mighty task to educate and look after our children, and we're very appreciative for those that do that. So today, We have the three leaders of our local school systems here. In the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and mention them, but I'm just going to let them come one by one and come back up. So first, we're going to start with Dr. Fred Williams with Dublin City Schools, Superintendent. Then we're going to move to Mr. Clifford Garntos, Superintendent of Lawrence County Schools. And finally, Dr. Larry Collins, Headmaster of Trinity Christian School. So if you guys will help me welcome Dr. Fred Williams, and then Dr. Fred, when you're done, we'll just go from there.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I want to say good day to you and greetings on behalf of our Board of Education. We have several board members here. We have, I see Ms. Joanna Glover and Mr. John Bell here with us today. Today is the first day of school in Dublin City Schools, and so we had an opportunity to share with some of our young people at Dublin High School. We are excited about academia in the Dublin-Lawrence community. I'm particularly excited because Georgia has been the #1 place to do business. So since all of these years that Georgia's been the #1 place to do business, I'm crazy enough to believe it's been the #1 place to do education as well. In our community, we have everything that the state has to offer. We have a private school, Trinity Christian. We have a strategic waiver school system, Lawrence County, and we have a charter school system, Dublin City Schools. We also have a 2-year college, Georgia Military College. We have a 4-year institution, Georgia State University here that we have here, Middle Georgia State. And so we're particularly excited about everything that we have to offer. And also we have a technical college, Oconee Fall Line, in a community like this that's unprecedented, and we're excited about that. In the Dublin City school system, our vision is to be a world-class charter school system that produces globally competitive students. A charter school system has flexibility from the majority of the Title 20 laws of education, majority of state board rules. We want to be agile and nimble to meet the needs of our students, but also being extremely responsive to the needs of industry, as evidenced by our apprenticeship. We have students right now apprenticing in Erdrich, and so those students are going to work in that particular industry with their technology and getting high school credit and also being paid. And we want to challenge this community to give us more opportunities to have our kids apprentice with you. The laws are set up where we can do so, and we just need you to come to the table. Contact Mr. Ben Lanier here, our CEO of our College and Career Academy at Dublin City Schools, and every one of our pathways are aligned to the high demand career list that's put out by the state of Georgia. I provided you a handout here also at your tables, and I want to flow from that, not to trouble you too long, but long enough. As we look at our mission in the Dublin City school system, our mission is to be effective communicators, problem solvers, and lifelong learners. We believe if we teach our young people those 3 skills, they can do any job. Our theme this year is AI, and we want to be all in at every level, from the boardroom to the administrative level to the classroom. And in Dublin City Schools, we're helping to keep Georgia the top state for talent. That is an initiative from our legislators and our Governor Kemp. We want to be the top state for talent. And what we have to do in the school system, we need the business community to come together in true partnership. If we want this community to thrive in terms of economic development, we need true partnership. We need to be able to sit at the table, talk about what are the needs, what are the perceived needs, and so that we can help with the workforce of now and the workforce in the future. You see some links here. If you access the QR code, it'll take you to every link that's on this flyer. Again, I talked about the College and Career Academies, the apprenticeships. This year, we're starting a flight operation, a commercial pilot program in our school system where we know aviation has some needs there, and so we're excited about that opportunity there. Mr. Lanier sat down with a lot of CEOs in the community. The CEOs said they needed advanced manufacturing taught in the high school. We immediately started a mechatronics program, and we have a College and Career Academy board that meets once a month, and we can get you those dates out. But if you would like to be in tune with what's going on and for us to develop your workforce now, we're able to do it. Our kids can earn high school credit and be working in your industry at the same time. Also, we have is teaching as a profession. We solved our own, there has been a teacher shortage nationally, but we've been solving our own problem in terms of teachers. We have a teaching as a profession pathway. They actually do their practicum and their apprenticeship across the hall from their classroom in our Leaping Learning Leprechaun Academy. We keep our staff members' children there, right on campus at the high school, and our students go in and do practicums there, and also in some of our other classrooms around the system. And we were able to hire our first student, graduating senior last year, who's been dual enrolled with Middle Georgia State, and she is actually a paraprofessional at the IGA this year, Arlene Delgado, and also she will be going to Middle Georgia State. We were also able to hire another young lady from another school system in that same program and get them connected with Middle Georgia State as well, so we're excited about that. This year we also had the Peach tax credit. That's how we're funding a lot of our initiatives in our Career Academy. And so you have that link on the flyer. Now this does not compete with the tax credit that helps to fund Mr. Collins School. This is through the Georgia Department of Education. And as an individual or as a company, instead of you sending your taxes to the state, you can apply your taxes where you can see your dollars at work right here, potentially helping your own industry, but also helping the workforce that we have in our community. We're excited about that. Also, we have a link to our pre-K through 8th grade career skills checklist, youth science, and more information about the way. As far as our STEAM and STEM initiatives, we just have a few things for you to peruse. We're very excited about our partnership with Georgia Tech, being able to access professors from Georgia Tech that either come down to our school system or pipe in, and they have been doing a tremendous job. Mr. Andrew Harvey, our engineering teacher at Gifted Academy and Dublin High School, he facilitates this, and all of our kids across the district have access to the professionals at Georgia Tech. Also, statewide science fair, Ms. Marcy Poole. Anything that you want to connect with our school system with literacy and curriculum, it goes through Ms. Marcy Poole. She is our point of contact there. We've been doing some tremendous things. We had about 13 students who did a tremendous job statewide last year in science fair. We're very excited about our partnership with Middle Georgia State University and healthcare science pathways there. We're extremely excited about what we're doing for nursing and those other opportunities that we have, knowing the critical need there. As far as early learning, we have Baby Irish. Baby Irish is where we connect birth just before pre-K, parents and children with all the resources that are available in our community. We have 2 what we call class reunions every year where all of those parents and kids get together, and we also teach them things that will help them have a kid that is ready to learn when they come to school there in our Baby Irish setting. Also, parents get to meet all of our elementary building principals and staff. They also get a chance to network. A kid does not have to be a Dublin City School kid, nor does a kid or family have to attend Dublin City Schools. We want to make sure, because we understand that the state said a kid needs to be at a certain point when they enter school, and so we want to make sure the parents have all the information, all the resources. We shouldn't have to wait till a kid gets to pre-K or kindergarten to know if there's a speech problem, autism, or something else going on. But we want to connect every child, because all the kids in this community are all the kids, and so that's what Baby Irish is all about. I spoke with you about our quality daycare that we have for our own staff members. We are ready for the first industry to step to us and say, the industries that want to partner, will you provide daycare? We'll provide daycare for you. We have mechanisms that it could be 24 hours a day, but we need you at the table. And we have the Peach tax credit as a mechanism to provide that daycare. We have some facility space at Moore Street School that we have designated for daycare. And so through the Career Academy Board, we're talking to a couple industries right now. But if you would like to be a part of that, please don't hesitate to contact Ms. Poole or myself or Ben Lanier as it relates to that. We were super excited this summer. For our mobile literacy lab, I want to thank our commissioner, a good commissioner, for funding that library, and all that y'all do for the Lawrence County Library is tremendous. We were able to get digital play cards, library cards, and we were able to take that reading machine around the community and make sure that kids were reading. The city of Dublin, Councilman Jones and those were very instrumental in that. Also, Mr. Brian Millett with the water park passes that they gave to incentivize kids. Also, your convenience, we have the dyslexia handbook. It's, if you hit that link, if you access the QR code, you'll be able to access that. I want to thank Ms. Sarah Kobe with the Read to Lead program with Rotary. It has been tremendous. Thank you, volunteers. We can't get enough volunteers. Whatever time commitment that you have, we're excited about that. We're also excited about this reading club, the mayor's reading club. If you'll take a minute to look at the whole child support, one thing that we know is that door security in schools is school security. 100% survival rate behind a locked classroom door. And so Chief Chapman has partnered with Chief Moon. We've been doing intruder alert drills. We actually have the fire there, the EMS mock simulation, as though there are some situations that actually happen in those trainings. And so we get real life situational training, and that has been tremendous. And it also helps our fire and our police and our EMS. We had the other different police agencies to be a part of that as well, but our Dublin City Fire and Police and those mutual aid agencies have done a tremendous job of going through when the threat is in there, and also the second sweeps, also triaging everything that could take place. God forbid that it happens, but we want to stay on yellow in the Dublin City school system. We want to be very vigilant. We have strategics where we can press a badge so many times and the cavalry's coming, so we're excited about that. Absenteeism is something that is plaguing the state. We have been doing a tremendous job in the Dublin City school system. I have the privilege of serving on the Get Georgia reading panel for student attendance, that subcommittee. And so we've been doing some studies. If a kid misses 1 day of school, it's equivalent to losing 2.5 days of math instruction and 1.5 day of literacy instruction. And so we have implemented the Irish healthcare, our on-site healthcare, so that we can keep kids in school, and also our staff members can be seen there as well. And it's at Moore Street School. I want to thank the medical center and Dr. Barron Waters for doing a good job with that as well. Senior citizens and community. We opted out of 581, and what the legislator said, if you opted out last year, you got to do it again this year. And right now we plan on opting out again for this year. But also we heard everyone that came to that board office. We heard our senior citizens. And so we provided a senior citizen tax exemption that was better than the one that that was on the books, because you couldn't make over more than $10,000 or $43,000 in Social Security combined. I think the tax was only exemption was only like $4,000, but we have a graduated exemption for the seniors in our community. We heard you loud and clear. It has to be voted on in November. So please, if you want that exemption, it'll be your volition at that point. Also, some people, property taxes went up over 40% because we hadn't had a reeval in this community for over 10 years in some instances. And so we heard the community again then, and so we put a 20% cap. We worked with Representative Matt Hatchett. I want to thank him for carrying those two pieces of legislation that are now beyond November's ballot for the community to vote if we want our seniors to have a tax exemption. If you look at that word community on your paper, prefix com, it means with, and the rest of that word speaks for itself, with unity, and that's what we're urging and beseeching us to do. As far as legislators update and P12 education, public education, distraction-free education, environment, meaning cell phones. How many of you on your cell phones now have been checking your cell phones? And you hadn't been as engaged as you could have been, and so I was invited. I serve on a legislative committee for superintendents in the state. I was invited to the round table with Governor Kemp, and the tone and tenor in most public education, I would say about 90%, is it needs to be K-12. Because what the law is saying is that when these 8th graders next year, when it goes into effect, that they wanted to graduate up with them to 9th grade. Well, if you're in the CTAE class, you might have a 9th grader and a 12th grader, Mr. Gonto, and how are you going to police this 9th grader not being able to use the phone, but the 12th grader can? And so it really handcuffs school districts, but the whole intent is from bell to bell for the cell phones not to be out and to limit that screen time. And so those are some of the things that we have going on in the school system. Mr. Gonto and I meet once a month, first Wednesday every month. We're in collaboration as the Dublin City, Lawrence County school system, and also we have some other school systems in our recent area that collaborate with us. And so I want to thank him for his service. It's been a pleasure. We have worked really well together, and so I'm looking forward to what the future holds, whoever hold that particular position. But I want to thank you, sir, for your service. We also, Lawrence County reached out to us. The current SPLOST will be ending earlier because we know that collection sales, and so they reached out about a joint resolution, and so we're going to go in lockstep with the Lawrence County school system on this next opportunity. We believe that the SPLOST is the fairest tax. Every year we have been beseeching the legislators to allow us to do like the 10 school systems that have been grandfathered in that have the lowest millage rates in the state. They have an additional penny for M&O. And so there are opportunities for us to be able to do some things legislative, but we're going to stand with our good friends. And again, if you have something that you can come to the table that's right for the community, that's right for our young people, we want to help you. I look at my good friend, Ms. Creel, back there, and we have the United Way there at Moore Street School that we're able to help meet needs of the community and those people who might be in the healthcare center and other needs that exist, because mental health is real, and we're excited about our mental health offerings that we have. And our focus is trying to keep kids and staff members safe, that environment safe so that they can learn. When a parent sends their child to Dublin City School, when a staff member, spouse, or family send their loved one to Dublin City School, they have sent the next best thing to God. And we don't take that lightly. We want to educate those kids at the highest level possible. Whatever that kid needs, if they need to go to infinity and beyond, we need to stretch that kid. And that's what our efforts are every day. And we have some tremendous educators. So Mr. Gonto, I'm going to call you up, sir. And we stand with the Lawrence County school system with their information concerning SPLOST.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, we're a full-service bank big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future. That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter, member FDIC.
Those of you who were here on my inaugural speech here, I told you if Doc and I ever had any issues, you'd never know about it, that we would meet in a room by ourselves, get the three-point stance, and we'd take care of the issue. I have you to know we've not gotten in that room. Our relationship has been great, as has been with Trinity Schools and Dr. Collins. And the work it's been so good, Heath, that Heath may have an initiative to change the name to Lawrence Dublin Chamber of Commerce instead of Dublin Lawrence Chamber of Commerce, because you can't get to Dublin without coming through Lawrence first. So, Heath, that might be under consideration. I don't know. I doubt it. I'm not here to tell you how to vote on East Splosh. I can't tell you that, but I am here to inform you today. Back in 2014, I was moving my daughter into Trevecca up in Nashville, and we're trying to work out logistics to go down to Thomasville, which is about this time of year, maybe 2 weeks later, to go play a football game. And when we get on the road at West Lawrence, there's 10 buses that get on that road and head down there between the band and cheerleaders and football players. And I got my assistant principal trying to work on getting air conditioner buses for, I think he's working more for the football team than he was for the band. But he was trying to get air conditioned buses for us to get down to Thomasville, and it was just as hot as it has been the last 2 weeks. And we had some kids pass out at the game. We had some coaches almost hit cardiac arrest. They were so hot on the bus. And we ended up with only a few buses. We kind of spread those around a little bit, and we navigated that. But because of E-Splash, I can tell you now that we run approximately 75 bus routes. Every one of those have air conditioner. And that's because of that one penny that we have. And you think about the value of that penny. All the things that we've done, the buses have been done over a period of time. But I'm going to talk about the things that we've done since my tenure on the board and at the board office, and the things that we've done to make life for your kids, for your grandkids, so much better. You know, when you go through Chick-fil-A and you spend your $10.49 for your combo, we talking about a penny and a half, 10 and a half cent that you're contributing. It may not sound like much, but it sure does add up. And it's really nothing off of the consumer, really, in the big scheme of things. We see it, as Doc said, the fairest tax. It is that time. We will have exhausted our last splash in approximately September of 27, so it is that time again. The last one we voted on was 2019. But the things that we've been able to do in Lawrence County schools, we've been able to add playground equipment at all of our elementary schools. We've been able to add adaptive playground equipment at 2 of our elementary schools, and we have one that will be coming after in August for Southwest. And so we've been able to take care of our special needs kids. Purchasing a bus, as I've already talked about, the benefit that the splash is to push us over the top. The state doesn't fully fund the bus. Currently, they're funding, if you're awarded a bus, they may fund 50% of it. By the time you put cameras on it and put air conditioner on it, it pushes you close to $150,000 for a bus to run, and that doesn't include the employee. But the things that, those are things that North and Southwest we've been able to do. We started this past summer, and we got new furniture for East Lawrence Elementary, East Lawrence Primary for our teachers and our students. And we're on a rotation to get Southwest next year and then Northwest Lawrence the following year at about $800,000 or $900,000 for each school. These schools have been with this furniture for about 22, 23 years, so it was due for an upgrade. And so East Block was able to push us over the top to get us to that point. We've been able to remodel our West Lawrence High School football stadium, put in turf there at that field, and do some remodel to our softball and the entrance to that complex. We've also been able to replace air conditioners through use of the E-Splash at several of our facilities. We've been able to upgrade our athletic facilities for baseball, adding hitting tunnels for our middle schools. If you've been out in the West Lawrence Middle School, you probably have seen the athletic complex there, which is unmatched for a middle school, probably within 100 miles, and that's because of E-Splash. I can't say enough what the value that 1 penny is and what it does for the students of Lawrence County and the impact that it has made. One of our first big E-Splash projects was West Lawrence High School, and it took us a few years to get that debt paid off, but we did, and it's hard to believe that the new West Lawrence High School, we still call it the new West Lawrence High School, but we've been there 16 years already. So I guess we need to change the name from New West Lawrence High School to just West Lawrence High School. That penny has also allowed us to, we had some major damage at the West Lawrence tennis courts. It allowed us to replace those this past year at a cost of about $850,000. We had to resurface our East Lawrence tennis courts. We'll probably get another 4 years out of those at about $100,000 for that replacement. One of the biggest things we've done is technology. We have this year, between the spring and the summer, we have all of our students are one-to-one with their Chromebooks, and so we replaced all our 9 through 12 high school kids with brand new Chromebooks, and that cost had run up to about $700,000 or $800,000 for replace that equipment. A lot of the infrastructure that we've been able to do in a lot of our schools, our intercom systems have been outdated for years. We've been able to upgrade those. We've been able to add cameras, entry points, increase that security at each of our schools to make sure that we are keeping our students as safe as possible. And then probably two of our prize projects have been, we took those over when I came on this position, and we built a new East Lawrence High School and football stadium, and we built a new West Lawrence High Middle School and an athletic complex. And those projects ran just over $80 million. And 75% of the funding for those schools came from, or is coming from, what was current and future eSplosh. And so we still have a little debt to pay on that, and therein comes our bonds to make sure we take care of that. Why is it important to take care of these facilities and keep eSplosh going? We have about, by 2027, we'll have about $9 million worth of debt left from those two construction projects, which is really not a lot since we spent $80 million on those projects. And so in order to pay that debt, then we have to have another eSplosh. So if we don't get the money from eSplosh, then the money's got to come from somewhere. The bonds guarantee that we get those. And so some people will think that eSplosh is not hip year taxes. Well, it really does. It drives down your property tax. It keeps us from having to increase property tax to take care of those bonds. And probably one of the most important things I've heard, and Heath, this still may be true, maybe you know the number or not, but I think the last number I heard was over 60% of our eSplosh comes from people who don't live here. And so we're talking about funding $60 million worth of building, that share building project from 60% of that $60 million, so $36 million is going to come from people who don't even live here, people who come in and spend money at the interstate, at hotels, shopping, healthcare. I don't know how many of you make it out to 441 South, but the amount of traffic that comes through 441 South, you can't go past those hotels without them being full. And so I don't know what they're doing here. I just know they're full. And so people are coming to Lawrence County, and they're coming here to spend money. So what better way to fund our school system than an eSplosh, where 60% is being funded by people who don't even live here. But our next projects coming up, we've got 3 big projects that are in a priority order, which is the East Lawrence Elementary School. That current school sits in the middle of that campus on the east side, and it's a logistical nightmare where it sits. Any of you who've had students out of that school, you understand the traffic problems that we've had there. And that school was built in the early 70s. And so we're looking to build a new East Lawrence Middle School, and we're going to move first grade up to that elementary school. So our primary school would only have pre-K, kindergarten, and first. We want to build a new East Lawrence Middle School athletic complex. The current complex is really not a complex. We've got a baseball field and a softball field and an old football stadium, and they share a track with the high school and share tennis courts with the high school. And so we want to get the east side an athletic complex that's very comparable to what the west side has, and get them what they deserve as well. Everybody don't always agree with the order things are done, but our goal is to take care of all our students within the Lawrence County school system. So again, the eSplosh is only 1 penny. And Heath, if you decide to change it to Lawrence Dublin, let me know. I'll take credit if you need me to. I appreciate the time we've had here, and I've really enjoyed my tenure. The Lord has really blessed me with good friends and good employees, and I can't say enough about my support staff, the ones that are here today, Dr. Hall and Leanne, and nobody knows Pat. This is Pat Brock. Everybody needs to know her. I cut my teeth in administration as assistant principal, which I was more of a hawk, I think, than anything. Mr. Hugh Kite told me he wanted me to be the most hated person in the school building. And so the assistant principal, Darla, may have been the most hated Darley's over here. He's one of our shoes. I imagine we chased him around a couple of times for doing things he might not should have been doing. And some of you may have been as well. But during those days, those early days, I learned a lot about leadership, and I learned a lot about how to treat people. And always being our goal has been to be servant leaders. And I think we've fulfilled that. The Lord has really put that on my heart. To let that be what my mantra is to be a servant. I'm not a, Heath, this is the last time you'll put me behind a Southern Baptist preacher as well. I'm not a public speaker, but I do love children. I do love Lawrence County Schools and also Dublin. Thank you.
Citizens Bank of Lawrence County, green and growing, invested in the communities we serve. For consumer loans, commercial loans, mortgage loans, contact us at 272-7775 or log on to cbs-lc.com. Citizens Bank of Lawrence County, located on Hillcrest Parkway and downtown in the Henry Building. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Georgia Pools is your authorized dealer of RecTech grills. From smoking to searing, RecTech grills do it all. So come into Georgia Pools today and grab life by the horns. We also carry all the Yeti products you could need: coolers, tumblers, cups, and more. Find all of this and more at Georgia Pools. Call 478-275-3607 today or come on in to 1201 Hillcrest Parkway in Dublin. Georgia Pools, your authorized RecTech dealer.
Thank you so much. Those two guys are hard acts to follow. Appreciate the invitation by the Chamber. My family and I have been transitioning here to Dublin, Lawrence County for the last 15 months. We have thoroughly enjoyed it on a personal and both professional level. As you've already heard, there's some outstanding educational opportunities here in this community. Multiple higher education systems, various K through 12 schools. I appreciate personally the help and transition that these two gentlemen have shown me in the hospitality. They always are responsive to my questions and how do we do this here in Dublin, Lawrence County. I do hope that we talk a little less this year. I didn't realize when I was moving to Dublin all the meteorology needs that I might have with snow and other weather things. So I hope we talk about football or things like that, gentlemen. One of the things I think that's important to share to this type of group in the community is just the economic impact that we have. We're really a small business, non-governmental, private school. Our budget is $4.1 million. We employ 55 people on a full-time basis, and we approximately save the local districts that our students come from about $1.5 million that stays within those communities. Our mission is teaching the truth. Our role in this community is college preparatory in a Christian school. And so we really strive to hit our mission in trying to be distinct. We serve just under 400 students from 8 counties. We're a K through 12 day college preparatory school. On your table, there's a handout that has a few little facts. And then just on the back side, or the front side, depending on how you look at it, are some items in terms of our strategic plan. This past year, which was great timing for me being new to the school and to the community, was our time to revise our strategic plan. And so you'll kind of note there some areas, and those fall into 3. Engage our community. And really how I started Trinity Christian is just we want to be part of the community. Another alternative in terms of education, as we look around in our tenure in 30 years, how the world of education has changed online and charter schools and home schools and things of that nature, and that's not going to change. And so we just want to play a part. We really want to be more engaged with our community. I want to tell you one quick story that I hope will just share some of the areas we need to improve upon. We have a young man who is a senior with us this year named Wade Register. Wade is one of our best athletes. He's our starting punter. And at the end of last season as a junior, he was the #1 ranked punter in the nation. Okay? He was named the Atlanta Journal-Constitution punter in the state of Georgia, all associations, all classifications. So Grayson and some of those big boys, right? Wade was, not our saying, he was the best. In between his junior and senior year, he's committed to punting for the University of Georgia. So he will do something that is pretty unusual at Trinity Christian School. He'll actually graduate in December. Coach Smart, they kind of wants them there pretty quick. And so Wade was the national #1 ranked punter for 2 years in a row. As a junior, he was the state punter of the year, but yet he was not the all-county punter of the year. And so what that is just an example that we're not doing a good enough job in our community of just saying some of the things that are happening at Trinity Christian School. We need Miss Pat, and I bragged on her, and we appreciate what you do in our community. We just need, and that's what that means, we just need to engage our community a little bit better, making sure people know what's happening at Trinity Christian School. Another piece of that is in terms of just service. All of our high school students offer or participate with a service project in January. And some of those are international, some of them are regional, but there are also some that are locally. And just in that 1 week, we provided roughly about 1,000 hours of community service here. And one of the things we want to do is be more consistent. We don't want that just to be a week. And so we're partnering with some of our ministries and areas in this community to make that on a regular basis. So engage our community, expand our curriculum. You can see some stats. I think we're doing a great job in terms of college preparation. Not all of our students will go to college, but if they want to, we hope that they're prepared. You'll see that our average SAT score, last year's class undergraduates was 1140. That's 25 of our 37 graduates. Our reading level in 1st through 5th grade are all on an average of a grade and a half above their grade level. 11 of 13 students were accepted at University of Georgia. As a Florida State fan, I don't think that's a big deal. But, I know, go Noles, go Noles. And so, but for some reason here, the land-grant state university has a great exception. But also expanding our curriculum means a couple other things. One, we want to do a better job with students who have learning difficulties. One of the pieces that we need to improve upon is helping students who have the ability but have some diagnosed learning difficulty. And that may be mild to moderate dyslexia and other things that are really rampant. And currently, we just haven't been able to serve those students and partner with those families. And that's something we really want to improve upon. And one of the pieces that you may think, but I think this group will appreciate, a group of business folks, is life skills. We have some very capable students. You may meet them, and they're bright, and they're talented, and they're smart, but they also need to be able to present themselves well. You could be the smartest person in the room, and if you can't talk to someone without your phone, then you may not get the job or the opportunity. And so time management, personal literacy, personal finance, those are really, really important, and those will be more in a seminar style. And I guarantee you, some of you in the room, Candace Ushery, who's leading that initiative for us, will be reaching out to you and say, hey, you come do some mock interviews or some other things for our students. And then lastly is enhancing our campus. I'm happy to announce that Mr. Garto and Dr. Williams has agreed to give us 1% of their SPLOST money for the upcoming 5 years. I just really wanted to see if y'all are still paying attention right here, right? I know this is being recorded, and I probably just committed a couple of federal and state crimes right there, but I'm just joking. I'm just joking, guys, all right? But really, as I was listening to Mr. Garto describe some of his physical plant, that's about where we are. We just need to improve some of our infrastructure, technology. The school before me really did a great job in terms of increasing some security measures. It's such a shame that that's the world we live in, but we do. And so we want to provide a safe environment for our faculty and staff and our children, and the school has done a great job before me. But we need to continue that. But we are also at a point where we need to just upgrade some of our facilities. And so we're very excited about that. Our mission is to prepare students for life after college, giving them the opportunities to honor God in a daily activity and to serve others in a school with a biblical worldview. Please let us know how Trinity Christian can be a better neighbor in the Dublin and Lawrence community. Thank you so much for having us today, and God bless, and we're excited to start the new school year.
Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate those updates, and Mr. Garnto, we appreciate you, and congratulations on your retirement. And you are through the year, though, through December. So let's give Mr. Garnto one more round of applause. We appreciate him. Thank you. And Dr. Collins and Dr. Williams, thank you guys for your leadership. Thank you all for being here this morning. Thank you to Georgia Hospice Care and our team of folks here. Welcome back, Kim. We're glad to have you. And thank you for helping us make it another great day for business in Dublin and Lawrence County. We are adjourned.